90% of the world plays this game, but only a fraction of a percent make it pro. The difference isn't just talent, it's a body built for war. If you want to beat the billions of people chasing your dream, you need the pro physique. And today, we're breaking it down into physical abilities and ranking each one out of 10. You've probably seen this guy. It's the 80-minute mark. Everyone is gasping for air like they're on top of Mount Everest, but he's still sprinting. If you run out of gas, your skills don't matter. The foundation of a pro is being a cardio machine. You need to be able to go for the full 90 minutes without your legs turning into lead. If your heart rate stays high, your brain stays sharp. Look at Luka Modric, who plays entire tournaments at 38 years old, while kids half his age are cramping up. He's not just jogging, he's conditioned for war. But here's the catch. Jogging for an hour is a waste of time. Soccer is a series of stop-and-go moments. If you only train at one speed, you'll get smoked the moment the game speeds up. Instead, use these methods to build the engine. Fartlek runs, mix speeds, jog for 2 minutes, sprint for 30 seconds, walk for 1 minute, repeat until you hate me. Hit sprints, 30 seconds of maximum effort followed by 1 minute of rest. This mimics a counterattack, box-to-box diagonals. Sprint diagonally across the pitch and jog the goal line. It builds that recovery muscle. Don't just run long, run hard. In soccer, the player who recovers fastest wins the game. In modern soccer, if you don't have a good body structure and you aren't strong at a muscular, tendon, and joint level, you won't survive, especially as you get closer to high performance. Being strong isn't about looking like a bodybuilder. It's about having legs that can produce enough force to turn a defender into a memory. Think of Cristiano Ronaldo or Sergio Ramos. While they aren't bodybuilders, their muscles are compact, fibrous, and built for war. Without strength, your joints take the hit instead of your muscles. That's how you end up with bad knees. So to fix that, we do the steel frame routine. Back squats. This is the foundation of lower body power. Bulgarian split squats. Builds balance and destroys muscle gaps between legs. Weighted pull-ups. Gives you the upper body strength to shield the ball from defenders. Deadlifts. Toughens your hamstrings and back so you don't snap during a sprint. The core isn't just about having a six-pack for the beach. It's the bridge between your legs and your upper body. If that bridge is made of wet noodles, all the power from your legs disappears before it reaches the ball. A great example is Sergio Ramos. His core is so stable, he can out-jump players much taller than him and still maintain perfect balance when he lands. Most players just do a few sit-ups and call it a day. That's useless. You need a core that can resist being moved when a 200-pound center back tries to shoulder charge you. To gain that, you must focus on two things. First, isometric exercises on unstable surfaces, resistance bands, and planks. Second, the core builder routine, hanging leg raises, for that deep abdominal strength needed for high kicks. Copenhagen planks specifically strengthens the adductors to prevent groin injuries. Palloff press teaches your body to resist being rotated. Med ball rotational throws. This will make you an explosive machine on the court. Now this is where most people stop. They have the knowledge, but zero clue how to actually use it. That's why I made the physique of a football player. It's a complete roadmap with detailed progressions, sets, and reps all in one place, so you can stop guessing and start training. The score for speed depends on your position. A goalkeeper doesn't need to be as fast as a winger. However, acceleration, the ability to go from 0 to 100 in the shortest time, is essential for changing direction, dribbling, counterattacking, or pressing. Take Mbappe. His top speed is scary, but his first step is what actually beats people. Acceleration isn't just about moving your legs fast. It's about how much force you can shove into the grass in a split second. And here's the routine to build a perfect first step. Hill sprints. This forces you into the perfect forward lean for acceleration. Sled pushes. Teaches you to drive through the ground with maximum intent. Broad jumps. Builds the explosive horizontal power needed to launch forward. Circuits with cones and obstacles. This is a standard. Also, an agility ladder is perfect for improving coordination, reflexes, and balance. The game is won in the first 3 steps. Make them violent. Agility is the ability to deceive. It's the fake that sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Without it, you're just a fast athlete who happens to be running in a soccer field. Eden Hazard in his prime was the king of this. He could stop his entire momentum, change his angle by 90 degrees, and be at full speed again before the defender even landed from their slide tackle. Most players are clunky. They either take too many small steps or they lose their balance when they try to turn. If you can't coordinate your feet with your brain, you'll always be predictable. So here's a routine that will make your agility go from 0 to 100 before you realize it. Agility ladder. Improves brain-to-foot connection and coordination. Cone shuttles, 5 to 10 to 5, teaches you how to drop your hips to change direction. Reactive sprints. Have a partner point left or right. You have to react and sprint instantly. Mirror drills. Follow a partner's movements as closely as possible to build reactive agility. Don't just be fast, be hard to catch. A lot of people can jump high, but some people look like they're flying. That difference isn't muscle, it's tendon stiffness. They don't just push off the ground, they snap off it. This is elastic strength. It's the reason Cristiano Ronaldo can produce a vertical jump of 78 centimeters, higher than the average NBA player, to score headers that look like they were filmed in slow motion. If you land from a jump and your knees cave in or you sink deeply, you are losing energy. You want to spend as little time on the ground as possible. Think of a basketball bouncing versus a piece of dough hitting the floor. Here's a foundational plan to build elastic strength. Depth jumps. Teaches your nervous system to handle shock. Pogo jumps. Jump using only your ankles. Keep your knees almost straight to build stiff springs. Box jumps. Builds explosive vertical power without the impact of a hard landing. Boundings. Exaggerated leaps for distance to improve your stride power. Train your tendons to be springs, not sponges. Everyone wants to go fast, yet nobody thinks about how to stop. If you can't stop, you can't turn. And if you can't turn, you're just a passenger on your own momentum. Stopping puts massive stress on your joints. This is where most ACL injuries happen, not from contact, but from a player trying to brake and their muscles giving out. Virgil van Dijk is a master of this. He can go from a full back pedal to a dead stop to a sprint in a different direction without ever looking off balance. If you wobble when you try to stop, your muscles aren't strong enough to absorb the force. You'll either get beat by a simple cutback or you'll end up in the physical therapy room. The braking routine? Snap downs. Start on your toes, then snap down into a deep squat position instantly. Single leg box landings. Jump off a small step and land on one leg. Hold it perfectly still. Cossack squats. Strengthens the groin and hips in wide, awkward positions. Because at the end of the day, you can only go as fast as you can safely stop. Next up is mentality, which is honestly a massive 1,000 out of 10. Look, you can have the heart of Conte and you can have the springs of Ronaldo. But if you're the type of player who just crumbles after missing a penalty shot or losing a 50-50, then none of that physical stuff really matters. When people talk about the physique of a footballer, they usually just think about muscles. But it isn't just about what's under your jersey. It's actually more about the discipline. You have to eat the right stuff when you're tired, or making sure you get your 8 hours of sleep even when you'd rather just stay up and play video games. Even worse, it's about getting out there to train even when it's raining. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is 40 years old. The only thing that kept him at the top was his lion mentality. And the thing is, he didn't just sit there and believe he was the best. He actually worked like he was trying to prove it to everyone, every single day. So what happens is that 99% of players will just quit as soon as things get a bit boring. However, the 1%, the guys who actually make it, they keep doing all that boring stuff, and they do it until it basically becomes their superpower. So here's a starter routine to fix your mentality and get your head right. Number 1 is what I call the next play rule. If you make a mistake on the pitch, you basically give yourself 3 seconds to be mad about it. And then after that, it's gone, and you move on. And remember, you don't want to train until you get it right. You want to train until you literally can't get it wrong anymore. And finally, extreme ownership. If you aren't playing, make sure you don't just blame the coach. Instead, you need to look at your pillar scores and actually fix them yourself. Because if you really want to get there, you have to train as if you've never won a game in your life. But then, when you step on the pitch, play as if you've never lost.